morning, students. We have started the Fourier transformation of the function. Now, as we know that the Fourier transform of a function is given by Fourier transform of a function fx with respect to parameter p is equals to 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus infinite to infinite e raised to iota px fx dx. We know that the Fourier transformation of the function fx is given by 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus infinite to infinite e raised to iota px fx dx. Some authors here we have used the kernel of the transformation is 1 upon root 2 pi e raised to iota px. Some authors use the kernel as only e raised to iota px, and some other authors use it as e raised to minus iota px. Here we use the kernel of the transformation is 1 upon root 2 pi e raised to iota px. So using this formula, the Fourier transformation of the function, we have to find the Fourier transformation of various functions. First, if we take here, if a function fx is equals to the value of this function is x, if x mod of x is less than a, and it is 0 if mod of x is greater than a. That is, the value of the function is x if x lies between minus a to a, and it is the value of the function is 0 if x lies other than these values. So we have to find the Fourier transformation of this function. Proceeding, if we proceed, we have to find the Fourier transformation of fx with respect to a. By the formula we know that this is equals to 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus infinite to infinite e raised to iota px fx dx. Since the function is given in different intervals, the value of the function is different in different intervals. So we break this interval or break this integral in those values of the integral in which the function is defined. So if we break this integral, then we get it is equals to 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus a to minus infinite to minus a e raised to iota px fx dx plus 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus a to a e raised to iota px fx dx plus 1 upon root 2 pi integral a to infinite e raised to iota px fx dx. Now putting the values of the function, we see that the value of the function is x in the interval minus a to a, otherwise the value of the function is equals to 0. So the only integral remains is the middle integral. So we get the value as 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus a to a e raised to iota px into x dx. The value of this integral remains only this integral. Now integrating the integral by parts, we get 1 upon root 2 pi. If we integrate this one, then we get x e raised to iota px upon iota p. The value is minus a to a minus integral minus a to a e raised to iota px upon iota p into 1 dx. Now putting this value, we get this is equals to 1 upon root 2 pi. Putting this value is a upon p e raised to iota pa minus e raised to minus iota pa e raised to iota pa upon e raised to minus iota pa upon iota minus 1 upon iota p. Now integrating e raised to iota p, we get it as e raised to iota px upon iota p. and the limits are from minus a to a. Now solving this, we get it is equals to 1 upon root 2 pi a upon p into e raised to iota a upon p e raised to iota pa. Here a and here a, if you put a then it is a e raised to, if you put minus then minus minus, this is plus rather. So if you put a, if you put value a then a e raised to iota pa. If you put minus 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 plus, so we get this one, rather this one minus. Now if we solve this one, iota square is minus 1, that is plus 1, so 1 upon p square e raised to iota pa minus e raised to minus iota pa upon e raised to iota pa minus e raised to iota square, that is minus 1. So this is minus minus plus 1, so this is the result. So if we integrate this one, we get the result as first we put the values of the x from the limit minus a to a. If we see that, then this is equals to a and this is equals to minus a. So minus minus, this is plus rather upon iota p. Minus, if we integrate this one, then 1 upon iota p integral minus a to a e raised to iota px dx, and the integration of e raised to iota px is e raised to iota px upon iota p, and the limits are from a to a. Here we see that e raised to iota pa plus e raised to minus iota pa, here a upon p, this is e raised to iota pa minus e raised to iota pa is cos pa upon iota, and the value of this one is 1 upon p square with minus iota square is minus 1, so this is 1 upon p square, and we get it as e raised to iota pa minus e raised to minus iota pa. So we get it is as 1 upon root 2 pi into iota. If you multiply this one by iota, then we get this one is 1 upon root 2 pi upon iota into a upon p iota cos pa plus 1 upon p square into, this is sin pa upon 2 iota. So this is the required solution of this problem. Thank you very much.